Greetings, YouTube. What if can be a fun game. But if you suffer mental illness, what if can be a trap. It can make us question everything. It can pull us down into depression. But there are times when using it as a narrative tool can help us understand things, help us kind of get a perspective that we're not currently possessing. So someone somewhere I read, I think it might have been a little quip I saw on Instagram. I follow a number of different people on Instagram that talk about mental health. And the concept that they will never know the person they could have been if it had not been for the trauma they suffered. Now, as a kid, I often thought about that. I thought, what would have happened if my father had been born a day earlier or a day later? Would he have been different? The reality is that he wouldn't. He still would have been born into the household of a psychotic drunk. He just didn't break out of that cycle because his father had been raised in a household of a psychotic drunk, and his father had been raised in a household of an alcoholic drunk, a psychotic drunk. Far back as anybody can remember of my family, we are a long line of psychologically damaged and dangerous drunks. I am the first one that isn't. I never became a drunk. I saw that at 22, and at 58, I've successfully never had a complete beer since a drink since 22. I haven't had the occasional sip of beer as part of a religious ceremony. Tastes like crap. I gotta tell you, after 36 years of being alcohol free, if you take a sip of beer, it does not taste good, not even a little bit. My wife loves the stuff. She's welcome to it, but she's also a beer snob. She goes after the good stuff. But I'm not going to know the James that I could have been, because there are a lot of them. There are the Jameses that could have gotten the encouragement that they should have had as a child. The Jameses that were raised in a household where the discipline structure was the high tolerance, high discipline model, which is the best model for raising children because it gives children a secure framework from within which they may express themselves and explore their lives and explore reality and become the fully realized person that they are meant to be. I'm never going to know him. I'm never going to know any of the Jameses that could have happened. I just know the one I am. And at 58, I am still piecing apart the damage done to me in the first 14 years, which is really sad. I'm not, I don't know if I'm capable of expressing how sad I find that. 44 years of working on trying to undo the damage done in the first 14. But I'm still here. I never finished those suicidal ideations that I had when I was younger. I never became a drunk. I broke free of patterns my family has been lugging around for, who knows, 1,000 years? I don't know how far back the alcoholics in my family go. Who knows? I'll never know. But I'm not one of them. And I'm thoroughly glad to be here. And I'm happy that I've gotten to a point, even though my journey isn't over, even though my mental health processes can still be improved and can still be better than they are today. But I'm better off today than I was 44 years ago, than I was 4 years ago. And with effort, and I'm willing to put that effort in, I will be better off in 4 years from now. So We'll never know the people we could have been, those of us who bear the burden of mental illness. But we can be the best version of who we are now. And there's something to be said for that. There's a victory that we can carry around because of that. So remember it. Stand tall. Look at the world as clear-eyed as you can. Realize that you are here today because you succeeded.